Welcome students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the general classification of kingdom Plantae. Now, in this class, we will study about the general characteristics of kingdom Plantae and will start with studying in detail about the different groups which are included under kingdom Plantae. Here, the general characteristics, as we all know, all the plants are eukaryotic. All the plants are eukaryotic, that is, they have proper defined nucleus with nuclear membrane, nuclear envelopes, and all the cell organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, lysosomes, Golgi complex, all organelles which are required for the proper functioning of the cell are present. So, this one eukaryote, all the plants are eukaryotes, that is, they have proper defined nucleus and all membrane bound organelles are present. Then all of them are multicellular. Almost all the organisms are multicellular and more than one cell. Their body is made up of more than one cell, that is, many number of cells is constituting the body. Here all of them are chlorophyllous. All the plants, all the organisms which are included under kingdom Plantae, all of them are chlorophyllous, that is, they possess a pigment chlorophyll. They possess a pigment chlorophyll. Then they also, that is, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. All the plants have cellulosic cell wall. All are multicellular, all are eukaryotic, all the organisms which are included under kingdom Plantae, they have cellulosic cell wall and they are chlorophyllous, that is, they contain a pigment called as chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is very much helpful in the process of photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, because of the pigment chlorophyll, plants are able to perform the process of photosynthesis, and because of photosynthesis, plants are able to produce its own food. Plants are able to produce its own food. So, when it produces its own food, then the mode of nutrition then definitely will be autotrophic mode of nutrition. Because of the presence of chlorophyll, all the organisms have chlorophyll, all the organisms which belong to kingdom Plantae, they have chlorophyll, and when all of them have chlorophyll, naturally they will be producing their own food, and when they produce their own food, then all of them will show which type of nutrition? Autotrophic nutrition, that is, they can prepare their own food. Here these ones. Now coming to the general class, that is classification. Kingdom Plantae is divided into two kingdoms, that is cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams, that is non-seed producing, non-flower producing, and phanerogams, that is seed producing and flower producing. In cryptogams, we have Thallophyta, Pteridophyta and Bryophyta. In cryptogams, we have three groups, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So, we will start with the cryptogams, and the first group which we will study in this cryptogram is Thallophyta. Thallophyta. In Thallophyta, algae is included. The first group of plant which we will be studying is Thallophyta. And in Thallophyta, we will study about algae. We will study about algae. Here, algae, we all know, that is, they are largely aquatic. Algae are very small plants, very small. Some of them are unicellular and some of them are multicellular. Algae, some organisms are unicellular and most of them are multicellular. Few of them are multicellular. They are largely aquatic, that is, they are found on water. They are largely aquatic, whether it can be fresh water or it can be marine water, but largely the algae is aquatic in nature, that is they will be aquatic in habitat, sorry, not nature, algae is aquatic in habitat. Apart from this water, they are also found in other habitats such as moist stones, wood, soil, where a little moisture is present. The places apart from the water, other places where this algae can be found is the places where we find moisture at a little, even not just whole water, little water should be there. So, that is moist stones which have moisture, water, and the wood, soil. In soil also we find moisture. So, these plants, that is where they find moisture and where they have water, we find the algae. Then the next is all the algae are chlorophyllous. All the algae are chlorophyllous, that is they have a green pigment called as chlorophyll, because of which they are able to produce their own food. Then the body structure, coming to the body structure is simple, there is no organization, just a few cells are present. So, that mass of cells is called as thallus. Mass of cell is called as thallus. So, they have a mass of cells, the body is not properly differentiated. They does not have all the different organs like this root, stem, leaves and all, just they have mass of cell. So, that mass of cell is termed as thallus. So, all the organisms which does not have proper structure, just few mass, that is just a mass of cells, they are all included under thallophyta. Thallo is thallus, it related with word thallus, that is mass of cells. Plant with just mass of cells, no proper differentiation of different organs. There is no that is separate plant, the root, stem and all, just mass of cells. So, all the organisms which have thallus, they are included under thallophyta. So, in algae the body structure is just simple, it is thalloid, that is it only has mass of cell, no properly differentiated body. The cell wall of the cells, whatever the cells are there, however that is the mass of cells, all the cells have the cell wall which is made up of cellulose. All the cells have cell wall which is made up of cellulose. And as they are chlorophyllous, the mode of nutrition is autotrophic nutrition. And the mode of reproduction, here also algae can reproduce asexually as well as sexually. Asexually, algae reproduces by formation of spores. These are cryptograms, non-seed producing, but that they produce spores. They produce spores for reproduction. So, here in algae, the reproduction is, asexual reproduction is by the formation of spores. Asexual reproduction is by the formation of spores, mostly zoospores, motile spores. Sexual reproduction, we all know it takes place because of the union of male and female gametes. Male and female gametes. Here two mating types, that is it can be isogamous, that is same organisms, anisogamous, two different organisms. It can be oogamous. Here in oogamous, here egg will be stoic, non-motile, big and non-motile, and sperms will be small and motile. Oogamous, here in this type of reproduction, there is fusion between two gametes. One gamete is stoic, stationary and big, that is egg, and another gamete is small, that is and motile, that is sperm. So, reproduction takes place either by reproduction takes place as isogamous or anisogamous or oogamous. If reproduction is taking place between two same organisms, then it is called as isogamous. If it is between different species, then it is anisogamous. So, these are the general characteristics of thallophyta, that is they are largely aquatic, they are chlorophyllous, the body is simple thylakoid, no differentiation, cellulosic cell wall is present, mode of nutrition is autotrophic, and they reproduce both by sexual reproduction as well as by asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is by formation of spores and sexual reproduction is by fusion of gametes. It is by fusion of gametes. Now, this algae is again divided into 3 groups. The Thallophyta or the algae, that is the algae, is again divided into 3 groups based on the presence of prominent pigment, that is concentration of the prominent pigment. So, here this algae is again further divided into 3 groups. First is Chlorophyaceae, second is Phaeophyaceae, and the third is Rhodophyaceae. Based on the presence of the different pigments, along with chlorophyll, the concentration of other pigments along with chlorophyll, this algae is further divided into 3 groups. One is Chlorophyaceae, that is even called as green algae. Then we have Phaeophyaceae, brown algae, and then we have Rhodophyaceae, that is red algae. Coming to this first one, Chlorophyaceae. Chlorophyaceae, the major prominent pigment is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. The major prominent pigment present is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Along with this chlorophyll A and B, here carotene and xanthophyll is also present. But the prominent pigment which is present is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. So, that is why it is also called as green algae. It is also called as green algae. In this we find unicellular organisms also. Unicellular, which are motile, example is Chlamydomonas. Then we have unicellular non-motile, that is it cannot move. Then example is Chlorella. Then this algae can be filamentous. The algae can be filamentous. Okay, in filamentous it can be branched and it can be unbranched. The example for unbranched filamentous algae is Ulothrix spirogyra. Example for branched filamentous algae, green algae, that is Cladophora. So, that here they can even exist in colonies. That is the organisms which belong to Chlorophyaceae, they can be unicellular, they can be, that is filamentous, they can also be colonial, they can be found in colonies, all the organisms together, that is few organisms together, and they can be multicellular. They can also be multicellular. Example for multicellular green algae is Ulothrix. Single cell, that is here Chlamydomonas, you find this cup shape like this. Motile with the flagella. Motile, Chlamydomonas is motile with flagella, the body is just one. Here Ulothrix, filamentous, it is like this head fast will be there, substratum will be there, and here this cells will be there, like this it will be. So, filamentous, it can be found in colonies also, example is Volvox. So, it can be multicellular. So, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Here cell wall is having 2 layers. In green algae we have cell wall, the cell wall is having 2 layers. The inner layer is made up of cellulose. The inner layer is made up of cellulose and outer layer is made up of pectin. The outer layer is made up of pectin. In the members of Chlorophyaceae, the cell wall is 2 layered. The inner cell wall is made up of cellulose and the outer cell wall is made up of pectin. It is pectate cell wall, cellulosic cell wall. So, 2 layers it is present. The food material, that is they have reserve food material, that is the reserve food material will be in the form of starch and protein, which is called as pyrenoid. The reserve food material is called as pyrenoid. Inside these organisms or the cells, here reserve food material will be present. That food material is reserve food material is called as pyrenoid. This pyrenoid is nothing but starch and protein. Starch and protein. And this pyrenoid, where do we find this reserve food materials? This pyrenoid is embedded in chloroplast. Pyrenoid is embedded in an organelle, membrane bound organelle called as chloroplast. For example, this is the cell, this is the chloroplast, and inside this chloroplast we have the starch and protein pyrenoid. The chloroplast is, now coming to this, they are chlorophyllous, that means they have chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in an organelle called as chloroplast. So, in this chloroplast, chlorophyll is present, and this chloroplast is found in different shapes. In few organisms it is, the chloroplast is in disc shape, in few it is in ribbon shape, in few it is in cup shape. This Chlamydomonas, ribbon shape is Pyrogyra. So, the chloroplast will be present, it can be of different shapes, but it will be present. All the organisms which belong to kingdom Plantae, they have chloroplast as well as chlorophyll. So, in this one, Chlorophyllaceae, the prominent pigment is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, that is why they are green in color. They can be unicellular and motile, they can be unicellular and non-motile, they can be filamentous with branch and unbranched, they can be found in colonies, they are multicellular, they can be multicellular, that is few can be, few are multicellular. Example of unicellular is Chlamydomonas, motile ones, non-motile is Chlorella. Then coming to reproduction, as it is already said, reproduction takes place by sexual method as well as by asexual method. In this Chlorophyllaceae, asexual reproduction takes place by the formation of zoospores, that is motile spores. Here for example, Chlamydomonas, if we take this now, at the time of reproduction, what happens? Inside this nucleus cell, that is contractile vacuole and all organelles will be present. At the time of reproduction, they will lose this flagella. They become round in shape, they become round or circular in shape, and inside this protoplasmic content here, mitotic division takes place. Mitotic division will be taking place. So, one nucleus will divide into 2, 2 will divide into 4. So, like this mitotic 2 to 3 mitotic divisions will take place, and it produces, because here it was one nucleus, because of mitotic divisions 2, then again 2 will give rise to 4, 4 will give rise to 8. So, few mitotic divisions will take place and it will produce spores. So, these spores, when they get released, they come out as individual Chlamydomonas. When they come out now, they will grow flagella again. They will grow flagella again. So, this is how zoospores are produced. In the similar manner, and these zoospores are produced during favorable conditions. These zoospores are produced during favorable conditions. During unfavorable conditions, they produce aplanospores or hypnospores or kinetics. During unfavorable conditions, they produce, here is also spores, here is also spores, but here during unfavorable conditions, around the spore a membrane or some layer, some protective layer will be formed. So, when the conditions will become favorable, the protective layer will goes off, disappear, and the spores will germinate. So, asexually it reproduces by producing spores. During favorable conditions, it produces zoospores. During unfavorable conditions, it produces aplanospores or hypnospores or kinetics. it's the same, but how the layer is formed makes the difference. All the spores are same, but how the layer is formed, how it is covered makes the difference. And sexual reproduction, already said, it is because of the fusion of male and female gametes. If it is between the same gametes, then it is isogamous. If the gametes are different, anisogamous. And if one gamete is big and another is small and motile, one is big and stoic, then that is called as oogamous. Some will show isogamous, some will reproduce sexually by isogamous, some will be having anisogamous, that is two different gametes will fuse. Sexual reproduction will be seen as well as asexual reproduction will be seen. Few organisms even show vegetative reproduction, that is by fragmentation, that is by fragmentation. In the next class, we will take up this another groups, that is Phaeophyaceae and Rhodophyaceae.